So, good evening. Welcome back to another show. And tonight, this time, is John here, and I'm doing NEFC full Tyne with fan cams. And I've got with me my guy, Baz, who literally hosts the show. And it's his show, but I'm doing it only so he can have the time off as well, sort of thing. So I'm in charge.
Our show, John. It's our show. It's not my show. It's our show.
Sorry, I thought it was you're the man. Sorry, but our show.
Our show. That's better.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed for that. And if you like the videos,
happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. And one thing I'm going to say before I go on, rest in peace for Claude from AFTV. Sadly passed away a couple of years ago, and hope he's in a good place in heaven. And my condolences goes out to Claude's family as well, and give him a bit of respect. So if you do like our videos, could you please stick a like on the video, subscribe if you are new to me and Baz as well. So Baz, 2-2. We're a better team, to be quite honest with you. We could see the 2 Paul goals. We've got a point. Would you happy with the point today?
I'm ecstatic to get a point. I honestly thought, and I mean, I did predict a draw on Monday night. I did say 1-1, but I was being very optimistic. I expected us to get beat 3-4-0, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Very surprised at Jose Mourinho's lineup, though. Very, very shocked to see some of the players that were missing. I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to say, and it's no way a reflection on Jose Mourinho in a way, but do you not think he pulled one of Steve Bruce's tactics out of his playbook? As soon as we equalised, he brought on Gareth Bale. It's like us conceding and then him bringing ASM on. I was, what's he doing?
Yeah.
But luckily for us, he didn't start him, did he? So
yeah, right there. I'm just going to read this comments very quickly because I've got overloaded. I'll be fixed the camera. I'll come to answer. Paul, thank Christ for Aston Villa. Fulham forward in the second half. Let us know we were lucky today. Paul, do you love? I'm not going to read that, but I know what you mean. Even everyone, even Thomas. We are very lucky today because Fulham have Wolves next. I still think they'll beat Wolves their final way. Happy Easter, Barry, because happy Easter, John, as well. Thanks very much. Happy Easter, Dad. I presume that's you. Harry Bill, please subscribe to my channel. You're the first time as well. John, what did you feel during last night? Last night? You better have given a very nice mustache. I'm not going to answer that one, but ask again. So I've got to watch Netflix by Dan. I presume that's to you, and happy Easter to you as well. Thomas, yeah. I mean, yeah, I thought that's a very strange formation. I knew someone would be sub, and I thought Gareth Bale was going to start the game, but obviously he also kept him quiet because it's only Newcastle. But I looked at the team. I thought that Vinicius up front was a very interesting one. First time I watched him play, looks a handful up front. And I think for Spurs that good today, Bass, if I'm honest, sort of thing. But they wanted to sit back when we went 2-1 up, and they're asking Newcastle to come us forward. And we, second half, we didn't do a lot. But we got that goal from Willock in the end. They just scored, by the way. But we could have took it to Spurs, Bass. We could have took it to Spurs. They were there.
We did, and when Gale hit the post, I thought, "What the hell is going on here?" If he'd finished that, it might have been he should have scored, shouldn't he? I mean, it was a great header, great save, but when he followed up, he should be putting that away. And I had a Spurs fella on my show. He was really, really good, and I've been talking to him before I came on show, and he said that we outplayed them today. So that shows you what a Spurs fan had thought of today as well. And I said to him, I was very surprised at his lineup, very surprised at our lineup, but it seemed to work today for some reason. I just hope he doesn't play 5 at the back all the time, though. I really do. I mean, I thought Murphy was man of the match. I thought Richie finally back to his old self. Did you see him? Did you see in the video on Twitter when he put that cross in for the equaliser?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? He's literally heading the ball and then he's that's the Matt Ritchie that we love to see, and that's the Matt Ritchie we want to see all the time.
Absolutely.
Because, you need fighters in your 11, and he really is the biggest fighter out there for us. And I was very pleased for him. I wouldn't have had him in my starting lineup if I'm honest. I would have had Fraser in, but obviously internationals, or he's either fallen out with Bruce. I don't know what's going on, but. He's proved himself today that he's still got the talent and he's still got the fight and the hunger to wear that shirt. And I'd have him in against Burnley any day of the week on that performance.
Definitely. We need leaders in the team. And you said there, we don't want to play Fowler back again. You know what I mean? We don't want to see Fowler back. And the fact of the matter is, we got to have a go. I mean, Burnley squandered a 2-0 lead. Do you know what I mean? Squandered a 2-goal lead and lost 3 goals to 2. I think Sean Dyche now will want a reaction next Sunday. But unfortunately, it's against us. Unfortunately, then it's against us. And we need to go to Turf Moor. And we just got to put on a show again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I marked down us only getting 5 points by the end of the season, and we've got 1 more point more than already that I expected. I predicted a draw against Burnley, but after seeing that performance, and if we have Wilson back and we've got ASM starting, Willock starting, and we play on the front foot, high pressure like we did, I can see us going there and potentially winning that game after Burnley getting beat again against Southampton today. So it's a huge game for us now. Huge game. I mean, it's either a point or 3 points in my eyes now, and that might just be enough to keep us up.
Absolutely. If we beat Burnley on Sunday, that's a big if. If we beat them on Sunday, Burnley be a huge job. I've got around here.
I don't think Burnley will get caught. I do believe it is just between us and Fulham, but I think now that we've showed that fight and determination in some actual bite in the final third, which we haven't had for God knows how long, I just feel we've got a good chance of beating Burnley. Fingers crossed. Who have you got in the background, mate? Who's coming on?
No, that's no one. It's just that called Brandon, sort of thing. Brandon from NFTV, and he just said, I'm getting on. I haven't got time for that sort of thing. He's a great lad. He knows he can come and reach out at any time. The lines are open, and I'll read this out very, very quickly. Tom, need to beat Fulham on Friday. Neat. And good evening to Tom. Aaron, we all know what happens after a really good performance. Just hope Man United beat Brighton at the minute. Brighton are winning by a goal to 0. John, what do you think? John, do you think Harry Kane will break Shearer's record? I don't want to say, but I think he'll do it. I really do think he'll do it. Typical NUFC. Just 2 quick ones. Those Presley Murphy performed better as a defender than that imposter Kraft. I've seen some dreadful players over years, over 46 years. Watching, he's the worst by some distance. Totally agree. I watched him Bologna because I'm a Serie A fan, and I'm sorry, but he ain't good enough. Bologna got rid of him for a reason. So I meant today's side to use evening kickoffs, and Andy, first time I believe. I think we'll beat Burnley.
Andy's my mate over in Greece. He comes on the Four Horsemen every now and again and has a chat.
Fantastic. Andy, welcome to the chat. Please subscribe to us, and it'll be amazing. And if you like the videos, please subscribe and also like the videos.
Have you got Sam ready to come on?
I've got Sam. I've got Dave. I've got Amarud. I want to get Dave.
Yeah, you got Andy on. Yeah.
I love him. I've got to get him on soon because he's a guy. I love the guy. It's only 13.
He signed up to my channel, pal.
Yay! He wants to come on the championship show, so I'm going to do a championship show soon. I'm going to talk about that in a week, definitely. So the first one on is Dave. Dave,
evening, Dave.
Are you okay?
Evening, Baz. Before we go into the full-time chat, is breaking down walls on this week.
Yes, I have guests coming on to talk about healthy body, healthy mind. I'm changing the show slightly because 2 hours was getting too long for us. So I'm trying to do inspirational people, getting them on and stuff like that. So yeah, so Wednesday should be fun. I've got a good friend who's a PT coming on. He's just become a dad, and he's going to have a good chat with us on Wednesday. And I'll leave it open for people to come on as well.
Yeah, because I've had trolls. Like I've said to John, I've had trolls this week.
Not good.
Telling us I should take all my anxiety pills and hang myself and.
That's not good. Have you contacted the police, mate? Because obviously, I don't want to get off topic, John. Sorry, but Paul's had a death threat as well on his through his Twitter, and he contacted the police straight away. I think that's the way to go.
I contacted them. They come out, but they couldn't do nothing because they took down the tweet.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it?
You know, after I had took a picture of it, but because he had took it down, they said that they still couldn't, nothing they could do done about it.
Yeah, if they take it down, it's hard to locate it, isn't it? But yeah, anyone who's watching and anyone who's out there trolling, picking on someone online, being a keyboard warrior, it's not on. It's really not. Stop doing it. You've got to think about the person that you're actually talking to on the other end and what's actually how it affects them. It's really not nice. It's not happened to me yet. It might do, but again, I'll take it my way. I've got quite thick skin. I'll let it bounce off me. Block, report, move on. That's the best advice I can give you, David.
Yeah, I've blocked it. I've reported it. I've done everything.
Good
for you.
That's it. So forget about it, mate. Let's move on. I'll speak to you on Wednesday about stuff like that. What about the game, mate?
I was really, really shocked on the performance.
Yeah.
I really was. I didn't expect. I said 2-1, but I didn't expect a 2-1. I expected the defeat.
Yeah, I was the same. I mean, I said 1-1, and I expected us to get beat 3-4-0.
Yeah. I said 2-1, thinking try and stay positive. But I thought we were gonna. When I seen our team, I thought, oh no, Emil Kraft. Once I seen him in the team, I thought, oh my life, we're gonna get hammered here. It's gonna be a long afternoon. But then,
what did you think of the performance itself? Then, I mean, looking at obviously the team sheet, I tweeted it out with loads of throwing up emojis because I wasn't happy with it at all. But
I wasn't happy.
Got to give credit. You got to give credit to the players. They obviously took it on themselves and pressed high. Seemed to enjoy the bit of freedom that the front line had. What was your make on that?
But the only thing I did have on is John Joe Shelby. How many times have I got to see it? This kid is not in it for the. How can I put it? He's not. He hasn't got the legs to be in a relegation fight. He's pinging these Hollywood passes that aren't coming off.
I thought John Joe did all right today. I don't know. I mean, I might have. I didn't see the full 90 minutes. I'm going to be completely honest with you because I was at work. But what I saw of the game, which was most of it, I thought he did all right. I thought he tried to keep the ball moving quite quickly. You are right. His legs have gone. Don't get me wrong, and he's had worse games. But I thought he did all right today. What about you, John?
There's times in the first half he's pulled out the 50-50 tackle sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I think he did okay. I think he had one of his better games. I thought his commitment was. Can't fault his commitment today, and that pass he did to Dwight Gale, he should have scored. By the way, should have been. But at the end of the day, he played the centre back as well, and
Newcastle,
lightly got better. But for me, I still think he shouldn't be in the first team.
No, I agree. But what I've missed about John Joe Shelby is that pass to Gale, because there's nobody else in the team who can play that kind of pass.
Yeah,
that was just so deft, the way he just flicked it in. And I'm thinking in our squad, who else could play a pass like that from that position?
Matt Ritchie could have.
I don't know if Matt Ritchie's got the talent to play that kind of pass, to be honest with you. He likes to whip his balls in. If you watch just how cute that pass is, I think it's very underrated today. That was probably the pass of the match. And it should have led to a goal. But you are right. I mean, I'm not going to, like I say, we've all got our opinions on our players. It's why we do these shows, so we get a mix of different.
This is what Newcastle does to you.
Yeah,
I'm celebrating a point today. I really am. I'm over the moon.
John Smith's.
Wow. But
drink the John Smiths and put some whiskey in the glass instead.
Yeah, David, who do you think you're man of the match today?
My man of the match.
Because you told us earlier off key, didn't you?
I'd say I've got too many who played well today, but the one that stuck out for me, I've got to give it to Joe Linton. I really have. He played
what? That's going to get a few people's backs up. That one.
I can see why he went for him as man of the match, because he scored a goal and he done an assist. Okay, he missed 2 good chances as well. Bottom line is, though, I thought it was one of those better games for us today.
Yeah,
he really did.
It was, but
he put himself
Murphy
out.
was my man of the match, or Richie.
I could have given it to either Richie, or I could have given it to Murphy, but I thought, nah, I've got to give Joe, and I've got to give Joe Linton the man of the match.
That's fair enough. I'm not going to say everyone's got their opinion. I just, Joe Linton. Every time I mention Joe Linton and playing well, it's like, what? He did what?
Yeah, it's not very usual that he plays well.
It's definitely not.
And
wow.
This might be just a one-off game. Hope not, but it might just be a one-off game.
He's got the thing is, so he's got to do it every week for me. Do you know what I mean? Because the fact of the matter is, I think we also want to watch on the Paul today. Paul said Joe's the man of the match for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. After thinking about it, I thought for me, if you got a goal and you've done an assist and you put yourself up boot, then you deserve to get man of the match. For me, this is going to be a surprise for you. I think Jordan's man of the match for me as well. So, yeah, that's the first time I say he's been my man of the match ever.
You're just trying to put his price tag up.
The price tag up, dude.
You'd be worth 50 million now.
That's a bit hand off, man. Take it away and just go to someone else. You know what I mean? David, you got anything else to say, mate?
Yeah, just like for Arsenal fans TV, you know, a great man, Claude's passed away. I would like to say my respects to his family, his friends, and all the Gooner fans. You know, they've missed a great man there. I did give them some money towards his funeral because they've got a chat open, funding for his funeral. So I did stick £50 in that.
Good man.
But my respects go out to his family, friends, and all the Gooners.
Well said, David.
Well said, David. Fantastic. David, thanks so much for coming on, my guy. And we'll definitely do it again next week. And, we get chatting, my man, But thanks for coming on and enjoy the rest of the evening, kid.
Yeah, you too.
All right. See you later.
See you, David.
So, right, let's go through his messages quickly. I was asked, John, do you think Newcastle should give Kraft a long-term contract? No way. Please, no way. Absolutely no way. No way. Kraft shouldn't be anywhere near our squad. We wouldn't even trust this guy to work as a Butlins receptionist. Oh! I'll show me the next one, Roots, because it's quite a rude one. I'm so going to bypass that. Then also, I said it after the last defeat, John, we should go back to 5 at the back. A lot of people disagreed with me and shut my opinions down a bit today. Sure, why we need to go back to 5 at the back. Depends on an opinion for me, but yeah, Andrew, don't be so rude, lad. Paul agreed, Benno, yeah. And depends on the opponents, if you know what I mean. So I got my guy, Paul, Jolin's man of the match easily for me. Yeah, I'll agree. That system does suit Miggy, but even so, he worked his nuts off in the case. Good for him.
He did. Midgie was brilliant. Again, I love Midgie. Every time he plays, he gives 100%. So
I know he gives it 100% every week, and that's what I like about him, if you know what I mean. But he has some, for me, he was quiet in the first half, but improved in the second half for me. So I ain't going to lie on that one. And maybe Joe Lynn need a bit of rest to clear his mind a bit. I know it sounds a bit soft, but he has a lot of stick normally, and the international break would allow him to rest mentally. That's from Benno. So, yeah, are we ready for the next one?
Bring him on.
I'm going to go with Chip as next. I'm going to leave Henry. There's my guy. And yeah, so talking about and how he did.
So Joe Linton wasn't in there Blight Butchers today, was he? He was banging a goal in.
No, just as you know, as John knows, I did the watch along with him in Poland. I just couldn't believe it, mate. I mean, like I've seen. Obviously, I didn't see the match live. I've seen all the highlights and all that. We should have won. I mean, on chances, we should have won, but it's. I mean, yeah, I think he was man of the match, and it's a bit strange me saying it as well. But that shows maybe how bad Spurs were, making sure he was man of the match, or how bad we were. You know, it's. I just. Yeah, the questions for me is where have these performances been in the 3 games we've had before this that were more realistic to win? I mean, because if we put their foot in against West Brom, Brighton, even the I think we'll play a better mob day against Wolves and Villa. We would have came away with 3 points out of most of them games. I just don't I don't see why there was no effort in them games, and yet there is in this. It's like Boosters rolled the dice with the team selection I thought was shit. I thought he just picked names out of a hat and just put them on and thought, there you go. I mean, playing Kraft as a centre back when you've got 2 fit ones, either not on the bench or on the bench, and then he plays Richie out of nothing, plays Longstaff out of nothing. I mean, tell us what he's doing.
I think he was picking out players who he potentially hasn't fallen out with for over the week. Because, I mean, he's dropped Clark because of his comments after the Brighton game, hasn't he? Because that interview, he even said, he came out and said the player, we weren't up for it. So as soon as he said that, he's got himself dropped, hasn't he?
Speaking the truth.
Yeah, speaking the truth, has got him dropped. He's obviously... Richie's probably pulled him to... he apologised, didn't he, to him? So Richie deserves his chance. Sean Longstaff wants to play for the club, doesn't want to play for Bruce, but wants to play for the fans because he is one. So he had to come in the side for me because Hendrick's a pile of crap. He's like Kraft. Him and them two shouldn't be anywhere near the side.
I don't know. I've stuck some shit at them playing.
I don't know if Fernandez is fully fit yet. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't start. It's the only thing I can think of. But
apparently ASM looked like he put a bit of weight on. Apparently, I mean,
well, that doesn't surprise me. But again, he still looked good, though, didn't he, when he came on? He's probably eating all the things.
I know. I'll tell you one thing. I think John's going to have some nice dreams about Joe Linton tonight.
Listen, if he does that every week, put himself some boots and have a go and take the chance which comes our way, and he'll be fine. But the problem is, one thing I will say, Joe Linton has decided that he's going to play for Newcastle United today. This is the time.
You did say he was a good finisher. Yeah, you did say he was a good finisher. Like,
yeah, you could have well mind.
Even I could have finished.
To be honest, if he was a out and out goal scorer, he'd have had a hat trick today. The chances he has.
But I know
if it was Wilson, they would have put him in a match ball.
And Callum Wilson's badly missed up front. Honestly. But I thought as well that Richie had a good game. I thought Dummett did okay. Well, I wouldn't say okay, but he was sussed in the first half. He's faultful on the goals there. He was sussed, but you get picked up on that. But listen, if you play like all the time, give it a good go, we'll be fine.
But yeah, again, though, we've switched off for 5 minutes and it's cost us 2 goals. It's, we can't keep doing that. We can't do that in these last 8 games because if we switch off for 5 minutes against a team like Man City, who are better than Spurs, then they're going to rip with the bits. I mean, Spurs scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. Man City probably could do more damage than what they could do. We need to be on it for 90 minutes, and that's where the fitness comes into it because the players aren't fit enough to last 90 minutes when they should be.
The only thing that could save us against City is they could already have the league wrapped up and they might rest the players for Champions League instead.
Well, they could, but
that's
I don't know if they get. Well, is this 4 wins they need? And I think I'm not sure if we're the 4th game to seal it. I don't know if that's. I don't know if we are.
Well, it could be.
That's. It's
I think it depends on other results as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they probably will have it sewn up by the time we play, but their team's still going to. I mean, the games we've got the hardest running out of anybody in the league, I would say, and like I've said all along, I can't see us getting another win this season. You can put a performance in how you want, but I'd rather see us play absolutely crap the rest of the season and win games than play like we did today and not win anything.
I can see us winning at least 2 now after seeing that performance. If we play like that again with the players that we've got back, I can see us beating.
That's the question. That's the question, isn't it? If we
will be back. I think we will. I really do. With the players that we've got to come back in, and if he plays the right players from the start, as in Willock, he has his centre back sorted out because Kraft isn't good enough. You get Wilson back in. I think we've got a chance of beating Burnley. I think we've got a chance of beating West Ham at home. I think we've got a chance of beating Sheffield United at home. And if we can get 9 points out of those games, that's us safe. Because Fulham aren't going to catch us if we get 9 points.
I think Fulham, the way they shot their bolt in the last 10 minutes of the day, that could be very psychologically damaging for them. Because they were 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go and then they conceded 3 goals. That could really... remember when we went to Villa and our players won our hands and knees as if we'd been relegated there, and then that could be like how they're feeling now. They could be that like how they are, but we've just got to go and do our job at Burnley on Sunday and get 3 points because that's our biggest game of the season now. Although Steve Bruce will probably come out and say it isn't, it blatantly is.
It's a huge game. It's massive. I would love to get 3 points. I did put us down for a point. I put us down for nothing against Spurs, so we've already got 1 more point than expected. I think we've got a good chance of going there and winning for a change. And like I say, if we can get 9 points, 3 wins, we're safe. And we're safe before the last game of the season, which is the most important thing that we do.
I think the last 2 games we've got to go at the Sheffield United game with a 4-point buffer. If we can do that and pick up the home win against them, that would be fine. Obviously, because that'll seal it. But the last 2 games, we've got to have a 4-point buffer going into it because anything less than we're capable of botching it up and of being relegated because of that.
Yeah, I think, like I say, if we can beat Burnley, get ourselves on a bit of a roll. West Ham are a very good side, but they very rarely do well at St James's Park. We get another 3 points there. Then we beat Sheffield United last game of the season, the second last game of the season. That's 9 points. Fulham won't catch us. On the back of that, we will get beat off Man City. We will get beat off Liverpool. We will get beat off Leicester. But we've got 3 winnable games before Fulham, and if we can win those games, I think we're safe. I'm a little bit more optimistic now.
The thing what I'll say as well is Bruce seems to concentrate more on Fulham than what he does his own team half the time. I mean, there's a lot of times when he's worried about what Fulham are doing as opposed to what we're doing, and Parker sometimes is more bothered about what his side are doing than us, which is what our manager should be doing. Should be more bothered about how we play and how we approach games as opposed to how Fulham do. I mean, sometimes his mind games.
Bruce is a cabbage, remember?
Well, now he's not that, but it's, stuff Fulham. Think about your own team, and as that's who pays your wages at the end of the day. Not Fulham. Newcastle pay your wage, so concentrate on Newcastle.
Yeah, but he's not going to.
No.
He's not going to start now. He hasn't done it all season, so.
No. He hasn't done it for 23 years.
There was 6 teams in it, didn't he? So yeah, I get what you're saying, but I am a lot more optimistic after today's performance. I really am, and it's the first time I've said that for a very long time.
And of course, it's the accumulation of points at the end of the season that matters.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
So if we do go down, there's the quote. So if we do go down, there's the quote you can hurry back at him.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what's been a 5 at the back?
Yeah,
Players understand. I think we totally aware managers to help us. See, I mean, I don't mind 5 at the back because Rafa played it, but you got to play 5 at the back with an actual tactical awareness of how to actually get up the pitch. And for some reason today, they did it. I thought Richie was excellent, and I thought Murphy was excellent. Without them playing, you can't play 5 at the back because if you play Mancur or Lewis, I think you take out the attacking threat and also the work. I don't know. I mean, I like Lewis, but I just think he's a bit too lightweight at the moment. If he plays that system again against Burnley, I think that's a good system to play them against because they've got two big forwards who are going to need to be manhandled, and we need our three biggest centre backs to be playing.
I think it's quite clear Lewis hasn't. Oh, sorry, John.
No, I was just going to read his comments very, very quickly because I'm overloaded. I mean, Bello mentioned 5 at the back needs a tactical away manager, like you said. It was all right, so Miggy gets 100%, but did FA today we need to see more from him at the top end of the pitch? Yeah, that's a good point there. Even lads, what do you think of Fernandes?
He played up front though, didn't he? I felt sorry for him because it's not his position. He worked his arse off, but he's not going to be in the game as much as he should be because he's being played out of position.
I agree. But he does work hard though. He does try and defend well.
Always. He always gives 100%.
He is, but he obviously do more up top. And even lads, what do you think of Fernandes getting injured during the international break? Has been a lack of training over the past 2 weeks. And you try again Adam P on John. I'd love to get Adam P on me chat because he talks a lot of sense to me. I don't know if Adam Pearson.
Chipper's the goat.
You are
Chippers, you're the goat.
And then I've got someone's got me.
Is that you logged in on another account talking to yourself?
Yeah, it's just me. To me, from me. Bought me on Easter regular, so.
This is a good point there, Trent. Son. First time the GM we saw Scott Parker's head drop as a second Villa goal. They have been damaged by that result, and the positivity alongside us being awful dragged us back in it. And the latest score is Man U 1, Brighton 1.
It is 1-1. Rashford scored. There's anything that man can't do.
Exactly.
They do well against the big teams. Brighton, like they always seem to get results against them.
Play good football.
But do you think A would join us in the summer? Depends on his state. Can't see it. They won 15 to 20 million pounds for this lad.
We're not paying 15 to 20 million pounds.
And well, he's a good defender though. He brings the ball out from the back well. I'll give Alan Peter a message, John. See what he see. Want to be good friends? It'd be great if we can get him on as well because I think he talks a lot of sense. Hope me boost up the channel as well, and Baz as well, and Sam who's got one. Lee, in my opinion, Mourinho got his team selections wrong. He should have started both Son and Bell alongside Keane. I think Spurs would have won comfortably, but not going to play with a point though.
Son was injured though, when he was just coming back from injury, so he was never going to start. Bale should have started though.
I think he turned up thinking the team he was going to play was going to walk all over it, to be honest, and probably just thought, I'm turning up for the points. And obviously, no one expected the performance we were going to put in. Even probably Bruce didn't. So
yeah, man.
I thought Bruce, the team he picked, was asking for to be sacked the night straight after the game. The way I thought he was ready to say to Mike Ashley, "I want me £4 million. Just hurry up and get a sack."
He wants a sack, doesn't he? He's desperate for the sack.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he's doing. So I got if Brighton win, Man City need 3 more wins, and Newcastle should have had Welbeck.
Yeah, we should have.
And it's pace and power. That's what we need. Him and Wilson at the top would have been absolutely fantastic.
Don't think he would have wanted to come, to be honest. With Bruce, I don't think he would want to come.
This is the thing. They didn't want to call him because of the wages as well, basically. You know what I mean? And the ambition of the club. But
he's at Brighton though, isn't he? I mean, there's not too much more ambition there, is there? It always is to stay in the league. But I think Welbeck would have came if we actually tried. They do play better football, but I think the draw of St James's Park would have been more suited to Welbeck, to be fair. But I don't think we ever were in for him because of his injuriness. So one that got away.
It's a good draw, but when you say Steve Bruce's manager takes away some of the draw.
It does, but didn't he play under Bruce at Sunderland?
I think he might have. But he was only on the other one because he wasn't playing at Man U, so it wasn't like a permanent move. It was just to get him some games after it.
Crazy, man. But he was at Sunderland, and I thought he did okay. I thought he did okay at Sunderland. They're not one of the better players.
That was about 10 years ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can remember when he ran 50 yards and against us, if he just played the right ball in, they would have gone 1 goal up after 3 minutes. But he plays over the bar, didn't he? So I can remember that.
John, did you feed Joe Linton this morning?
I knew I left it on there, man. Yeah, of course I did. Brazilian sausages, and he boosted them up, man. You know, and I got this year's of old words enough of that down in Welbeck, and Welbeck was on loan to Sunderland 10-11 season.
Mm.
I think it's under Steve Bruce as well, mind.
Yeah, because it was him and Bent. I think it was him and Bent up front on it when we played them.
Yeah, and he ordered plays a 4-4-2 always. So, what's his feet?
John, I'm going to go to give some other people a chance to speak in.
Okay. See you, Jimmers. Get Annie on.
Catch you later, Asmir. Thanks for coming on, my guy. Have a lovely evening.
Cheers, Jimmers.
So, yeah, I'm going to get the next guest on is Alan Ruda. He's a Bristol City fan as well. Here's me guy. Alan Ruda.
Hello.
How's it going, kid?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
You good? Wow. So, Newcastle 2, Tottenham 2, St James's Park. Got a point. Got a goal from Willock late on. It could have been much better. 2 goals conceded were poor goals. I mean, Joe Linton today scored a goal, made an assist. Yeah, what do you think of this performance today? I'll go on to Kraft later. What do you make of this performance today?
Yeah, don't talk about Kraft.
Performance was good. Probably deserved the win. Defensive mistakes, switching off after the goal, just cost Newcastle again. Need to stay collected after they've scored a goal, because we saw what happened after you scored a goal today. It was a good goal, to be honest. Good work. I think it was Richie. Was it Richie?
Yeah, high press. Very good high press.
Yeah, Richie, and then he did well, and then Joe Linton, he couldn't miss really.
He could have.
But yeah, overall it was a decent performance. Probably deserved the 3 points. Spurs weren't at it at all. They looked like the Spurs that lost 3-0 to Zagreb. They weren't at it. They're probably lucky to get a point. But yeah, Newcastle, little bit disappointed they didn't get the 3 points. They could have really capitalised on Fulham losing, but I think you'll take a point.
Yeah, I mean,
I would take a point.
Better. Should have been a lot better, sort of thing. Like Spurs weren't that great. I didn't think that was a good Spurs team out there today. I thought they were there for the taking. I thought the back four wasn't that great. And if you believed on yourself, and if you believed on yourself and attacked more, we could have got some joy. But at the end of the day, we just keep passing the ball backwards all the time. And Dwight Gale should have scored when Shelby floated the ball over the top, and Gale had 2 chances to put us in the lead, and he just didn't take it.
That Dwight Gale chance, I think it was a bit of rustiness because he hadn't played for so long. He clearly hasn't. He showed in that miss that he hadn't played.
He's just been played out of position. He's been played on the left wing. Yeah. And again, he was on the left wing again today. So, but I found today. Go on, sorry.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just I thought today he found himself being more self-conscious of getting in the box more. Because if you watch his previous performances, he was out wide on the left a lot. But as soon as Shelby got that ball, he bombed into the centre and got himself in a centre forwards position for the first time in a long time. And like I said, he should have really put it away, and it showed rustiness. I mean, it was a great header because he had to get power in it himself. It was a great save. It's the follow-up. The follow-up should have been a lot sharper. But I've seen this from Gale a lot of times in the Premier League. He just doesn't seem to be able to put the ball in the net. But if you give him that chance in the Championship, he eats it. It's eat and drink to him.
Exactly what I was going to say. If that was Dwight Gale at West Brom 2 years ago, he would have absolutely buried that because that's what he did. It's I don't know what happened to Dwight Gale 2 years ago because I remember West Brom came to Ashton Gate. They lost 3-2, but Dwight Gale was by far the best player on the pitch, like by far. Like he was constantly on every ball. We knew he was too good for the Championship. But he just lacked that like mentality that he could do it in the Premier League. He knew he could do it in the Championship. I think it's that mentality, because if he has that mentality, he could definitely at least score 10 goals in the Premier League every season. But yeah, it's just frustrating to see Dwight Gale in this situation after he'd done so well at West Brom.
Yeah, got a couple of messages here. Anaruda is a channel legend, and I totally agree there. He's going to be here to my channel in about 10 years' time. Well, I'll probably retire, sort of thing, but you never know. Steve Bruce, I'm a draw master, twisted draw master, and Jason Young, who was sent it back for Spurs. I think it's Rodon, I believe it is, and it was the weak link. Jose was clearly underestimated his team selection. Holberg wasn't up to his usual standard either. I think he had a poor game, if I was quite honest with you. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was that great today, and I'm very surprised. I expect a lot better things than him. And yeah, I mean, like I said, 2-2. I mean, who do you think is the man of the match today for Newcastle?
Man of the match, I'd give it to Joe Linton. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Wow, I can't believe you would have said this tonight. I can't believe it. My head's going to explode. The guy deserves some praise.
What have I just said? What have I just said?
He just said Joe. He just said Joe.
I'm not repeating it.
To be fair, I thought he had a good game today.
He did have a good game. I'm not arguing about that. Joe Linton, a man of the match, in the same sentence doesn't go.
Not really, no.
I don't know how he's frauded his way to man of the match, but he has. So
goal update for you. Greenwood, Man United 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good result for us, really, but I don't think it's going to make any of the difference. I think Brighton's got a tougher running as well. They're not safe, you know.
I think Brighton are safe. I think they'll be fine.
I think Brighton will be fine. Brighton will be fine, but Fulham lost today. That'll kill their hopes today. Lost 3 goals to 1. And why?
It's just like, no disrespect. I know a lot more about Fulham than I know about Newcastle. I know half of the players. Two of the starting players are ex-Bristol City. Bobby Reid and Joe Bryan, ex-Bristol City. And I just have a bit more affection towards Fulham, I think. And I want them to stay up a bit more than Newcastle.
Why though? Don't say it's because I've said you're going to be on my channel a lot more. I'm telling you, because you, sir, will lose your contract.
No, it's not because of that. It's purely because Joe Bryan scored that goal at Ashton Gate against Manchester United to send us through. That is purely why. And Bobby Reid is Bobby Reid. He's just immaculate. So yeah, it's because of that. It's not because of the. Yeah, if Newcastle go down, that thing. But no.
If Newcastle do get relegated, right, it's a possibility. Do you think they'll get back up next season? Because you know more of the Championship than we do in a minute, and so it's so tough to call. It depends who goes up from the Championship. I suspect it'll be Norwich and Watford. If let's say Barnsley or Reading go up from the playoffs, then it's going to be very hard for Newcastle. But if like a Swansea or a Brentford go up, it'll be easier. Honestly, I can't give you an answer right now. It'll be at the end of the season. I literally can't give you an answer right now. It's a tough question.
I don't know who's going to be in the league next season. I have no idea who's going to be in the league next season. You don't know. Maybe a Sunderland who might come up, who'll probably come up from League One next season. They might finish in the top half. Who knows? They might be half of the top 6 teams. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next season.
You really want your contract cancelled, don't you?
Hey!
Mentioning dirty Sunderland going up above Newcastle. Oh God, wow!
I'm just
we're
saying,
falling out, mate. We're falling out here.
I'm just saying.
No, it is a tough question because let's face it, if we go down, we've got all these players out of contract. We've got an owner who doesn't want to put any money into the club. We've got a manager who's useless. Personally, if you ask the question now, we aren't coming straight back up because we don't know what state our squad is going to be in because we don't have the squad that we had all those years ago when we went down the last 2 times. You know, the first time we went down. Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, the first time we went down, we had like Colaccini, we had Carroll, we had Barton, we had Nolan. You know, you had all these great players with Premiership quality who stuck by the club. And then the second time we went down, we still had the nucleus of a very good team. And this time we won't have it.
Yeah. And you also had Chris Houston and Rafa Benitez. I mean,
exactly.
Who more do you want in the Championship, seriously? I mean, yeah.
Exactly. Chris Hughton was brilliant for us. He should never have got sacked. And then obviously we all know Rafa's God in my eyes. So if we go down with Bruce, there is no way we are coming straight back up.
No, that's where I disagree. Because I think Bruce might do a good job in the Championship.
No, look what he did with Villa.
I don't think he will.
Look what he did at Wednesday, though. The last job in the Championship. He did very well. Wednesday were in serious relegation trouble. He took them near the playoffs. He took them near the playoffs. I think they finished like 8th or 9th. And then the season after, he did really well at Wednesday.
Mid-table.
Just with Alex, got Jolin's performance was relative. He had an average game for no player, but because he's so crap every week, he gets a goal and assist, and he's worth £40 million again. He'll be crap next week. I'll judge by game.
Get in, Andy.
It's true, though. It's true. If you had after he's a manager, we win a championship out of Cantor, depends who comes in. It could be Chris Wilder, who knows? Getting Man United scored right at death, and not that will be fine. I think Brighton will be fine, no problems about that at all whatsoever. But if you look at the fixtures they've got left, and I'll go for it quickly. You got Burnley away, West Ham at home, then I think is Liverpool away, Arsenal home, Leicester away, Man City at home, then we've got Sheffield United and Brighton and Fulham. That is tough.
3.
I told you, 9 points. 9 points is what we need, and we've got 3 winnable games in my eyes.
Yeah, 3 winnable games. Maybe a point, maybe a West Ham, potentially, but no more than a point.
We're at home against West Ham, and West Ham historically aren't very good at St James's Park.
Yeah, so maybe a point there.
3 points.
Very funny. 7 or 6. I can't see you getting 9. You'll probably beat Sheffield United. Maybe it might just come down to Fulham because
if it comes down to Fulham, we're going down.
This is why I'm so on the fence because it comes down to Fulham. Who knows? Who actually knows? 17th versus 18th, last game of the season, deciding who to stay up.
Horrible.
I don't know.
Horrible. We don't beat Fulham at Fulham.
We did Rafa Benitez.
Rafa Benitez.
But that was totally different then, though. We were flying. If you looked at our record, I think we were top 6 in the Performance League in the last half of that season when Fulham went down. I really can't see us beating Fulham at Fulham. If it's a 1-game shootout, I think Scott Parker will have them more up for it than what Steve Bruce will have our squad with more up for it. So I think we're screwed if it goes to the last game of the season.
They looked up for it tonight. They looked up for it at Villa Park. It's just, I think they realised the pressure that I think that pressure hit them. They conceded the first goal, then they crumbled straight after that. It was a bit of a shambles in the end, but Fulham, in my opinion, have still got a massive chance. They've still got the same chance as Newcastle of staying up in this league because Fulham are really up for it, and Newcastle, if they're not up for it at Burnley, they're going to be up for it at City, not going to be up for it at Arsenal, not against Leicester, not against Liverpool, and they're going to really struggle. They're going to really, really struggle.
If we got Arsenal at home,
yeah.
See, Arsenal are beatable.
They've not been good.
It depends what Arsenal turns up, but Arsenal are beatable.
Yeah, probably. That's very true.
They got
it depends what Newcastle side turns up, of course.
Exactly.
But they are beatable. Arsenal are beatable. They're not the side they used to be. They're sitting, ninth in the table? There's no reason. Where you want, and so there's no reason why at St James's Park, if we're up for it like we were today, there's no reason why we can't beat Arsenal either.
Yeah,
this is the thing. I mean, you look at the team.
I can't believe I'm saying things like this.
Look at West Brom. Look what they've done to Fulham. Look, not Fulham, Chelsea yesterday. Look what they've done to Chelsea yesterday. Wow,
10 men though on it.
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't just because of 10 men. It was Big Sam really put down tactics, and then it completely worked because they could have just defended and they could have been like, okay, fine, 10 men, we'll probably get a point. No, they really went for it, and they really out-tacticked, in Big Sam's words, Chelsea, and Thomas Tuchel couldn't handle it.
He just couldn't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think Chelsea looked dominant when they had 11 men. They even looked quite threatening when they had 10 men. But when West Brom hit them on the counter, which they did, it seemed to work really well into their favour. It was a crazy football game to be 5-2 at the Bridge. But I think if Chelsea had 11 men, I don't think that scoreline would ever happen. And I don't think West Brom would have got a point at all. So the 10 men really helped them. There's no way 11 men against Chelsea were beating that team.
They've got such pace, though. West Brom, Callum Robinson, Matheus Pereira, Dean Garn on the bench. They've got tricky players as well. They've got Livermore, they've got Gallagher, they've got Sawyers, who's pretty useless, but they've got decent defenders. Ajay, Bartley. Who knows? Maybe them. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they've got the nucleus of a very good championship team next year, haven't they? Because they're not staying up.
but half of the good players are on loan. Maitland-Niles, Yokoslu, Diagne, they're all on loan. So, and if Big Sam says West Brom will be up there next season, but it's going to be hard for them as well.
Again, it all depends who they keep and who the manager is. I don't know if Big Sam will want to manage in the championship.
I saw people saying that he'll resign the day before they get relegated because he doesn't want to tarnish his record of not having a relegation on the CV. But
everyone will class him as relegated. As soon as there's an R next to their name, it's his fault. So the last game of the season, as soon as they're mathematically down, he's got them relegated. I don't like Big Sam. He's a knob.
If West Brom do put a run together and we don't, then I don't know. I can see Sam doing it again and again and again.
I
hope I'm wrong.
Too much for them.
Full-time United 2, Brighton 1.
That's what I was finished. So West Brom have got Southampton at home, which is a potential banana skin for both teams. Then they've got Leicester away. Leicester will beat them. They've got Villa away. That's a tough game. They've got Wolves at home. Then they've got Arsenal away, Liverpool at home, West Ham at home, and Leeds away last game of the season. I can't see them getting enough points to catch up.
That's more points than Newcastle, though. That's the thing. Yeah, that's more points on offer than Newcastle. Leeds, West Ham again.
Leeds are a good outfit.
Yeah, but they'll be on the beach, won't they? They'll be playing for nothing
Potentially.
at the end of the season.
I don't know if Bielsa's that kind of person who would allow them to do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but West Brom have got to make up 8 points. 8 points, remember. So if we get 5, that means they've got to get 13 points to catch us. Can you see West Brom getting 13 points?
No.
From those games. Well, there you are, they're down. So there you go. You've got to
in
think
the championship, yes.
Yes, in the championship, yes. I think they're a good championship side now, if it stays that way.
Another thing is, guys, if you do get relegated, it's going to be hard to shift the players away. You've got Joe Linton's on 86 grand a week. Shelby, 70 grand a week. No, 80 grand a week, that's hard to speak. Gale, 40 grand a week. Yeah, it's going to be so hard to shift these players out. The championship.
You can get rid of Shelby, though, because Shelby's contract runs out, doesn't it?
No, he signed a 3-year deal beginning of the season.
When did they do that? Oh, crying out loud. So many bad mistakes at this club, isn't there?
It is.
And Richie's also signed a 3-year deal as well, by the way, at the same time.
Yeah, I'm glad of that. I'm glad of that because Richie's a very good championship player and he'll fight for the club in that league. He's a player I'd want to keep. I wouldn't want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
The thing is, with these high wages players, they've always got quality in them. They're just not high wages for nothing. I mean, except for Joe Linton. No. But yeah, all of them. We've seen it when our teams come down from the Premier League in the Championship. We've got Swansea. We've got Andre Ayew at Swansea. Even at Bristol City, we've got Thomas Callas, who earns 40 grand a week at a Championship club who's never been relegated from the Premier League. So yeah, it's not like the worst thing in the world because Mike Ashley surely we won't just let the players not be paid, surely, unless that
won't happen. That won't happen.
Yeah, then you'll be fine because he's a multi-billionaire and he will have to.
Deducted points. We'll be in League One. It'll knock another 100 million off the price tag. We'll be down to Sunderland's figure, about 75 million worth for the club because the amount of debt it'll be in. Yeah, he's not that stupid, is he?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine then because you've got three years of parachute payments. Because you've been up for I think 3 seasons in the Premier League, so
40 million.
Yeah, 3 seasons. So 120 million.
3 successful seasons, and then this was the 4th season where we'll be going back down again, won't it? So 2 under Rafa and 1 under Bruce.
Yeah, so you'll be fine. If regarding player wages, it depends on who actually leaves. Callum Wilson.
Well, Wilson will leave. Fraser will leave. Midgie will leave. ASM will leave. Dubravka will leave. Lascelles might. Depends who buys them. West Ham might be interested in again. Depends who needs them.
What about the fringe players who are on high wages, like Andy Carroll?
Andy Carroll's not on high wages. He's on a pay-to-play contract. He's on a, and I think that's what they're looking to sign him for another year, is a pay-as-you-play and a coaching role potentially. So he's trying to kiss Mike Ashley's ass at the moment.
Probably so.
Shaw's had his contract extended for a year, so he'll be stuck in the Championship. But the club want that to happen, so they want Shaw to stay. And Shaw is quality. Who else would leave? I mean, Jacob Murphy's contract runs out. We need to get him tied down.
He's done.
Need to get him tied down.
Yeah,
because he's a cracking Championship player. He's looking like a decent Premier League player after today's performance.
The real deal.
Hayden will probably go, and I wouldn't blame him. I think it'll be time to bring in the, like you say, the fringe players. Things like Anderson, who's in the under-19s again, captained them, and he needs a chance. Get both Longstaffs in to show what they're capable of. I would love to see us sign Willock, but it'll never happen because he's probably worth about 30 million, and Ashley won't pay that.
Not in the Championship, he won't.
No, not in the Premiership, he won't. Not after what he did with Joe Linton. He won't want to spend that kind of money again. He knows it was a waste of money, and he doesn't like taking risks now. Who else? You got Fraser will probably leave.
Yeah, Fraser will leave unless Ryan Fraser decides he wants to prove in the Championship that he's got the quality, and he's just not like going to the Premier League for no reason and just been like.
He's proved it on the international stage, though, didn't he? For Scotland, he scored 3 goals in the international break. So you know what I mean. That's proven.
Faroe Islands and Israel. So not exactly Belgium and Netherlands.
Israel are
Germany.
a very good international team, I think. I'll big them up.
Of course.
You go for it, man. So I've got one here quickly. Layla's question for you, Annie. Name me one player from Bristol City who is good enough for the Premier League.
Good enough right now? Probably Daniel Bentley, our goalkeeper, but up and coming, there's about 2. I'd say Antoine Semenyo and Derek Backinson. Really good potential players. But for the moment, Daniel Bentley. Pretty young for goalkeeping standards, only 27. And he's made, I think, the second most amount of saves in the Championship this season. So yeah, Daniel Bentley definitely.
Without him, I think Bristol City be in the bottom 3. Without him, he's a decent keeper. Class keeper.
We'd be near the bottom 3. I'm not sure in the bottom 3.
Yeah. You're right. So near the bottom 3, but he's been outstanding for you this season. Your player of the season by a country mile for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He came from Bentley, from Brentford Barrow. Yeah. So yeah, that's good. So I just got a couple more messages. Apparently,
he made a mistake against Sunderland, where he threw it straight to Aidan McGeady. I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah,
I remember that. Oh my God, what was he thinking of? God, apparently, Carol's done when you
James Brown, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa, he made some classic singles here, man. You know, he's a class at him. And we retired at the end of the coaching role. And Elliot
That's
Anderson.
What I said. Elliot Anderson, Longstaff, so future. That's what I said.
Let's hope so.
James, telepathic.
He wasn't leaving because of the Qatar World Cup next year.
I don't think it's about the World Cup. I just think he wants to play in the Premier League. I don't think he'll get in the England setup. There's too many strikers ahead of him. Calvert-Lewin, Kane, Rashford. You know, there's even Bamford's ahead of Wilson at the moment, isn't he? Ings as well. Vardy, if he wants to come out of retirement. Ollie Watkins, yeah.
I've got Norwich for use, and I believe I got Barrios, the Sky to be channel my guy, and one team in Bristol. I have to agree. Early singing I do in the shower as James Brown. I feel good. Hey, John, please don't give it the day job. Stick to what you know.
Too many people keep tweeting this. I've had private messages about this. I am not putting those 2 words together. It's not happening.
Hey, you want to give Jordan man of the match? Hey.
And he had a good game, but for me, Murphy was man of the match today.
Wow, I tell you what, though, you're right. But it's gotta be for Newcastle. I mean, I still won. You only won 2 games in 21, man, and that ain't good enough. 2 wins in 21. That is relegation form, right? And people can't forget that because that's poor form. We get relegated, and it's going to come to the 2 wins in 21 games, right? And that's why you're going to get relegated if you're not careful. So Fulham's got to mess up. We got to do the thing.
One quick thing. I don't understand how Joe Linton's getting the assist for Willock's goal. Why is everyone saying he got the assist? No.
Wasn't it Kraft?
No, it wasn't Kraft. I think it was Midgie. So it was Richie put the ball in, right? Joe Linton had it at the back post, but Midgie had a header blocked on the line, and then Willock came in and scored. So it's not Joe Linton with the assist.
Was it not?
It's Midgie. I'm taking that assist away from him. He's not man of the match.
James, what next? Joe Linton, player of the month?
Not quite. Calm down. Not quite. Not yet.
Not
The only way he'll get player of the month is if there's only one game in the month and he manages to score a hat-trick. Then I might say it.
He needs to score 3 goals in a row first, tallying 5 goals, and he's got to score, like I said, a hat-trick. He's got to get us out of the league. He's got to keep us.
Do you know what the problem is, though? If Joe Linton scored a hat-trick, we'll probably get beat 5-3.
Probably would as well. But it is what it is, do you know what I mean? I was going to say, oh, here we go. There's Joe Linton. Heart.
Here we go. Perfect timing.
And then I've got Paul there. Barry, stop calling him Midgie. It's bloody Miggy. Hey!
It's Midgie. I call him Midgie because he's like a Midgie flies everywhere.
Miggy.
He's on you like a rash. He doesn't leave you alone. It's Midgie.
Roland sounds Newcastle. What he's had more of? Premier League goals or birthdays? Yeah, I've got Barry. What's with all the balloons?
Happy Easter, man.
Yeah,
there we go. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And, I suppose
the little one loves balloons, so that's why I've got a lot of balloons in the background.
Yeah, do you know what it is, right? My ex-girlfriend, right? I got a son up Newcastle. I went up there for 2 weeks, and my son, absolutely adorable, man. Absolutely adorable. But the worst thing is, right, she could have got him to ring us and say, Happy Easter Sunday. I think that's absolutely pee-poor from that. And, I love my son as much, but at the end of the day, she's losing respect, and she's got she's got trust issues. She's her head space is not right, sort of thing, and I just can't deal with that. And she wanted us to move up to Newcastle, right, in about a couple years or so time. And I said to her, they're only going to move back up to Newcastle if we're a proper partner and a proper family. Until then, forget it. So we move on that. But Paul said to us, John, just keep going up there. There's still time. She may change it. At the end of the day, I need to go up there more times to see my son, which is understandable. But,
I mean, John, I can't really offer you much support here because I'm only 13. So I'm just going to listen in. When something's happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was just naming Paul, man. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to say that myself, but there you can. We've slipped on, but if I just had to see me dad and my son for after 12 years, but I love my son to pieces. He's a gorgeous lad. And I've got Jordan Rice on the Dead on Easter Sunday for the Easter eggs, I guess. I know it's going up for you, Annie. I'm going to go up, mate.
Definitely.
Fine.
Done.
They need 10 points to gain top 2, so definitely done.
What job Dana Farker's done again, sort of thing. But they need to back him in the Premier this time to ensure that Norwich don't ever go get relegated.
The thing with Farker is he didn't get backing because in Stuart Webber's plans, Norwich had gotten promoted 2 years ahead than he expected them to get promoted. So Webber didn't have the funds to give Farker the money to give him Premier League players and help Norwich stay up, which would have definitely helped. Now, because Stuart Webber, the sporting director, knows that Norwich are very good and are probably going to get promotion now, he's gone loan players. He's going to give them money in the Premier League, and now I think they're going to really have a good go at staying up, because I think they've planned it. Now they're going to really prosper. Hopefully for Norwich, they don't screw their fans over again and have a real go at promotion, because last time they didn't really have a go at it.
Wow, fair enough. So you're saying that Norwich really go back up this time? They're going to give it a go and they're going to try and stay up this time.
Yeah, because last time they didn't plan it. Now this time they've definitely planned it in advance, because they know Daniel Farker's such a good manager in the Championship. Now if they do go up, or when they go up, they're going to have a real go at it. They're going to give Farker the funds. They're going to give him Premier League players. And I think they're going to really add to the squad they already have with the likes of Wendy, Aaron, Tim Krul, who are very good. and add to that and really build and make a really good squad.
Wow. I think that's a fair comment there, mate. Do you know what I mean? So
the only way that you can stay in the league, isn't it, is by splashing some cash. I know Leeds have. How much did Leeds spend in this summer?
I think they spent 40 on Rafinha, 25 on Llorente, and a few others on Geldhard and stuff like that for the academy. So I think about 50 million in total.
I think
it's not a lot.
They spent that guy from Germans, was it? I can't remember his name, but he spent
Robin
money.
Koch. Robin
That's the one.
Koch. Yeah.
Good defender when he gets.
Hearing things like that, because if we do survive and we do stay up, and then you've got the likes of Norwich coming in wanting to spend money to try and stay in the league, someone's got to be sacrificed for their position to stay in the league, and that'll be us next season, because we're not going to have money spent on one. We're going to have a cabbage still in charge. We're going to be in trouble, aren't we?
But yeah.
Talking about next season already, and we're not even safe. But this is the thing, though. It's like, if we do stay up, we're just going to be doing this all over again next season, which is quite depressing, really, isn't it? Why does the lad support? All right.
Bristol City. London next up.
Would you have a Manny? Would you have Joe Linton?
Well, would I take Joe Linton?
Well, good on the lad for not being plastic fan and supporting the likes of Chelsea, Man United, and all of them. Good on them. Would you take Joe Linton? You probably say no.
No.
Probably not. I need to say that.
Probably not, but I'd say the thing I'd say is if Joe Linton did well in a Nigel Pearson team, I'd absolutely take him. But not with Mark Ashton at the moment. But hopefully we can do something. Yeah.
I think with Pearson, you've got a good chance of having a good run at it next year. You've always been that team that threatened to do it, but you've always faltered at the last minute. I mean, I remember when we signed Gale the first time round, you wanted to sign Gale as well, and luckily you chose us instead of yourselves, because he had the choice to go to either club. But if you got Gale that season, it might have been very different.
Yeah, Pearson came into his first press conference and said, potential. All Bristol City fans hate that word because they know that this club has potential, but it's just been managed so badly. The players have got top 5, top 4 in the league quality, even top 2 at times, the way that we play football. But it's just management, incompetent management. Now that we've got Nigel Pearson, who's got promoted out of this league with Leicester with record number of points, with one of the record number of points, and has done a solid job in a number of clubs. Hopefully he can take us forward. Playoffs, top 5, I'll take it. I really literally don't care. Top 6 at this moment, I'll take it. But not this season. Next season, we really have to build. I've been saying that for years, but I'm not. I'm going to say that again. Under Nigel Pearson, I think we're going to be a real threat.
I think you're right.
I think I agree with him 100% as well. I mean, I think Bristol City deserves to be in the Premier League. They've got a big club there going on. It's waiting to happen. Whoever goes in that club and gets it right and take that club in the Premier League, they'll be a legend. They'll build a staff at that club. And that guy could be Nigel Pearson. So
that's why fans were so excited seeing a promotion on his CV. I was like, oh my God, this guy could really do it. and just excitement in the fan base for once. Instead of appointing the manager, assistant manager, of the manager who miserably failed in taking us to the Premier League, it was just like, oh, here we go again. It's another season of utter dross. Now we've got new ideas, defensive probably, but the Bristol City fans don't care anymore. We played good football under Lee Johnson, but we didn't want him because he wasn't good enough to take us to the Premier League, which is where we want to be.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he took the fast. To be fair, I think he took the club as fast as you can go, and that's a shame. But he needs someone. He got a good manager there. I think he do well. Why do you not take lead?
That's a good one.
And Jonesy down the left over sausages from Blind Butchers.
Oh, here we go.
This is the scene in the forward
to get them in the
playoffs.
I love it.
Can you get...
I think Nigel Pearson. I mean, the reason why you picked Nigel Pearson as your new manager is because Premier League clubs were after him as well. I would have took Nigel Pearson. I would have took him left, right, and centre over Steve Bruce. Yeah. Look what he did at Leicester.
The Nigel Pearson rumour came out of nowhere. We were linked with Michael Appleton from Lincoln, Russell Martin from MK Dons, and out of absolutely nowhere, this guy comes up, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take him. Looked a little bit further into his career CV, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually gonna be the guy to take us. And then a manager who was being linked with the Premier League jobs, just Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Bournemouth, when Bournemouth won the Premier League, stuff like that. Yeah. Really exciting, but it's only for a short-term contract. And apparently today, it said that there's been talks, but it's very unlikely that anything's going to happen for the next few weeks. So that's not a very good sign. So hopefully he stays for the long term, but kind of worried if he doesn't stay, because we've not got many options left after Nigel Pearson.
I was going to say to you a couple of weeks ago, I hope Bristol City gets the appointment right. And I think in Nigel Pearson, he got it right. And he will get you out of the division, I believe. I hope he does. If he gets the backings right, if he gets the money and gets backed correctly, I think Bristol City won't be very far away next season, because Nigel Pearson's a proper manager. And if he gets backings right, I think he'll do well for you.
But that's the thing, John. We don't need, we are so close. We need to be there. We need to do it, because we've been building up this anticipation for like 5 and 10 years. And it's just stagnated for the past 2 years under Lee Johnson and Dean Holden. We need to, we need to keep going. Yeah,
and I think you will. You got great fans there, great fan base, and I live about 5 miles away from the stadium, and the fans are just great. And when you get it right, they get behind you. So I'm just going to read this message very, very quickly, because I'm overloaded. I remember he was in the top flight many moons ago. Before I forgot, Joey lad, cheers for bringing those sausages in the dressing room this afternoon. You're getting a sausage and Blind Butchers butchery. Yay! I give you the sausage. Oh my God. I heard you had fish. John, I heard you had a fish shop. If I this is opportunity, I would have done it.
God! Don't read that out.
Skip. I really do funny munching this blobfish and chips. And here's all I got a question for you. If Nigel Pearson decides it's not for him, you can have Steve Bruce.
I think Annie's a bit more clued up than a lot of other championship ones. So, question for you, Barry. If we go down the championship, would Midgie go? Yes, Midgie would go. I don't understand why people are unhappy with me calling him Midgie. He's like a Midgie fly. I'm telling you, you can't get rid of him. He's fast, he's annoying, he's all around you. He's a little Midgie.
I like that question.
It's my nickname for him.
You could have Steve Bruce. Wow. Not for you. You stick with Nigel. No. You're going to stick with Nigel P.
But I'd rather have the under-21 coach at Bromley Town.
I don't know who the manager is at Bromley Town, to be fair, but
I don't know. I don't know either.
No idea. Don't do like non-league football. I should be looking into non-league football. Like, with great respect, they have got some good talent there at this moment in time. But listen up. I mean, it is what it is, and let's hope next season. And I've got Barry. I've got my guy here, Barry. I'm sorry, but you're talking shite. It's Miggy. End of discussion. I agree with Paul there.
Well, you can call him Miggy. I'll call him Midgie. I can call him what I want.
Okay, fair enough. And Steve says, I've always joined Bristol Rovers Papa Club. Stick to your bacon, man. Steve has promotion on his TV.
Just wait.
That's true. He does have a
just wait,
CV.
Steve Bruce. Well, when you come to Ashton Gate next time, you're in for a proper fight. You are, because all over the proper club.
We were the last time we went down. It was a very hard place to go. It was a Dwight Gill single goal that won the match, wasn't it? When we were down there.
Yeah, 1-0 Dwight Gill. Yeah.
That was a proper result for us, that one, because the Ashton Gate's a very hard place to go to.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. I was happy with that 1-0 win, I can tell you that.
we beat Brighton away to help you win the league that season. To give you the league and to keep us up. So yeah. Bit of a emotional season in the fact that we've been in the championship and we've stayed up, and we've got this exciting new squad and we can definitely push. So yeah.
We've got
what was that? Go back to that one.
He's not there. He was years and years ago. Baz, what's that defender called that we have begins with M?
Defender?
Yeah, begins with an
Which
M.
one?
No, he's saying that. What?
I think he's trying to be funny, but he hasn't been very funny.
Yeah. He'll be about 16.
Andy messaged me about that because I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
And Barry cut the toe off from promised Newcastle will win their entire 3 league titles. And Manquillo.
Which toe?
Yeah, just going back to Tom's question, Brian Tinian is still there. He's a coach. He's a behind the scenes guy, yeah.
All right.
He's a coach, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a coach. I think he's a coach. He might be a bit of a behind the scenes. Our 2 top scorers of the club is our coaches, assistant coaches, I think. Scott Murray and Brian Tinian. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's still there. Wow. I didn't know Brian Tinian was still at the club in some capacity. Do you know what I mean? But Brian Tinian, he's a standing lad from County Durham, by the way.
Oh.
Didn't know that one, didn't you?
No.
He's from Stanley Durham. And so he's a canny lad, him. So it's gone back years ago, and I think he's a good, decent lad. He really is. But so what can I say about that? So go back to you got Coventry City tomorrow, I believe, and is it Rico or is it still at St Andrews?
Still at St Andrews.
They moved to the weekend.
But I'm confident because we've got pretty brilliant away record in the championship. I'm not very confident because Coventry are fighting for their lives at the bottom of the league. Hopefully we can get the result. But I'll take a draw, to be honest. We're on the beach.
Oh, Barry Venison. He's in my best 11.
Yeah. Top guy. And, and he's from Stanley as well. So he's played for both Sunderland and Newcastle. Played for Newcastle and the King. And I thought he's decent. Very, very decent. And I got Joy. Young lady, just ask a question. Can you speak Hindi or Urdu? Or you just...
I can understand Hindi, but I can't speak Urdu, no.
Fair enough. Thanks very much. And Rico next season, yeah. I'll tell you what, for Coventry fans, big up to you guys because your fans deserve to be playing at home back in the Rico, and I think you're going to get a full house. That's another place we'll be going to next season. We get relegated at Rico as well. But
you might not go to the Rico, because Coventry might be relegated this season. They're 21st. Yeah.
Oof, I thought they were doing all right.
They were all right for a bit, and then fell off in the last 5 or 6 games, and then and then Birmingham behind the teams behind them have picked up form as well. So
this is why you're my championship guru, pal, because I haven't got a clue. Oh God, you're playing Coventry as well on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what.
Jesus, yeah, they've got a 4-point gap. But Rotherham have got 3 games in hand over them.
Oh, that's not good.
Literally, the championship this season, I literally haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what was going to go on.
I would say, looking at it, Huddersfield down.
Huddersfield?
Down. So you got Huddersfield, Derby, Birmingham, Coventry, Rotherham, Sheffield Wednesday, or Wycombe will go down. I think Wycombe are down.
I think Huddersfield and Derby will be fine because Huddersfield have got picked up a bit of good form recently. Derby will be fine. They've got too much quality. They're too big.
Never too big and got too much quality to go down.
That is actually true in at times, like Sunderland. But if you look at the seasons, every season, there is at least one big team that is in the relegation battle. That it's I think it's like a 90 or 85% chance that they always stay up. Just like a very high percent chance they do stay up. Like the only outlier is like a Sunderland,
right.
and the Leeds, and the Sheffield United, obviously, who are just too big for League One. But apart from that, it's just normal. The three smallest teams in the league, the ones go down.
Yeah, well, looking at it, I mean, if Coventry win their game in hand, they jump back above Birmingham.
Yeah.
Rotherham have got 3 to 4 games in hand on everyone. They've got a chance of getting out of it, but I don't know how well they're playing. But yeah,
Rotherham
it's tight.
Rotherham is such a wild card. I mean, they have to play 4 games in 1 week, and I think because they had so many COVID postponements, and Rotherham, they have Wycombe next, who are in exceptional form. So I have no idea how this one is going to go. This championship season, I have absolutely no idea how it's going to end. Who's going to get relegated? Who's going to get in the playoffs? No idea.
Wow. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in the championship. It's the hardest league to get out with anywhere, but wow. I've just got a couple more comments as well. Oh, question for you as well, Annie. What's the hardest team you played in the championship this season?
Watford, because we lost 6-0 to them. Painful. But in terms of dominance, I'd probably say Norwich because they're just levels above They're just levels above this league. Too good for the championship.
Yeah, I totally agree there. Norwich are levels there. Oh, and Bristol City will be in the Premier League in the next few years, I presume, and I'll be in their top strikeout as well. Do you think Hull City and Peterborough will get automatic promotion? I think
Hull will get. Hull. I think it'll be Sunderland who will win the league because they're just in great form. I'd say be Peterborough second. I'd probably say. I think I'd say Hull third because Hull are in a bit of bad form at the moment, so they'll drop a few places, and Peterborough and Sunderland will go on from there and create a gap.
Lincoln
have dropped off. Unfortunately, Lincoln have dropped off, so they're going to be. It's going to be tough for them to get into the top. Into the top 2. And top 6. I think Portsmouth are in there. I think it'll be Portsmouth, Gillingham, who've come out of nowhere. Really, I think they finished like 13th or 14th last year. And they've got a manager who's not very well liked in League One.
Steve Evans?
Steve Evans doing a very good job there at the moment. They are so boring to watch, those Gillingham. It's like watching paint dry at times. But one of the highest scoring teams in the division worked that out. I don't know. But yeah, Gillingham. There's Ipswich. There's Blackpool. There's a few other teams as well, which I can't really recall at the moment. But yeah, there are a load of teams who are right in there.
Yeah,
awesome.
That'll be tough. That's
a shock result in the in La Liga.
Yeah, Seville,
Atletico Madrid.
Atletico
Barca
still top.
Have come from nowhere, haven't they?
Still top.
Yeah.
Shola the Mackham Slayer. Joelinton the Spurs Slayer.
Yes, it is that 60 goal against Chelsea, the best NSC goalkeeper last 10 years, or Ben Arthur's against Sporting.
Well, you can argue both of Cisse's goal against Chelsea were fantastic, weren't they? They were unbelievable. But for sheer brilliance on an individual level, Ben Arthur's tops it, because what he did from the halfway line, there's not many other players can do that. That was incredible.
It's just like watching Lionel Messi. If that was Lionel Messi, that would have been topped above 100, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And he did it twice that season. He did it 2 weeks later in the FA Cup against Blackburn.
Yes, he did. Unbelievable. And I tell you what, though, Ben Arthur, when he came off, thought that was a cracking signing. That it cost what, £4.5 million? 4.5.
Yeah, I think it was 10. I thought it was 10.5 for Ben Arthur.
10.5 in the end.
I think so.
That's still a
I'll have to
bargain.
find that out.
That's still.
It was 4.5 for Kabay, I think.
Yeah, 4.5 to buy. I was sure it was 5 because I thought Leon wanted rid of him because of his. No, Marseille. Is it Marseille? I think Marseille wanted rid of him because of his attitude.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
but 10.5 is 10.5 in the end.
Oh no, it was only 5 million. It was only 5 million for him. I'm shocked. I thought it was a bit more for some reason.
If you're talking 10.5 as Lon Robert, that came for PSG to Newcastle 10.5 is Lon Robert. And I tell you what, when he came, I thought that was absolutely a cracking signing. That's because I've always wanted this guy to come to Newcastle. Bobby Robson sold the dream to the guy, sold the dream to him, and he came. And great show tonight, Tom. Thanks very much. I wish Ben Arthur wasn't lazy. Could have been one of the best. Totally agree. And crazy to think.
But again, though, when he left us and he went to France, he proved he was the best because he ended up being player of the season. And he won a trophy and beat Paris Saint-Germain on his own in a cup final, didn't he?
He sure did.
Fantastic. Just having the right manager to have the belief in him to do it.
Exactly. And that manager wasn't Alan Pardew. I can remember one day he did an interview one time against Ben Arthur when he gritted his teeth. We beat Villa by 2-1. He was the man on the match that day. And he was asked about Ben Arthur. And Pardew gritted his teeth throughout the interview. And I thought to myself, what an arrogant, two-faced pile of shite he was,
Yep, he was.
But I've got one here. Hey, John, do you think Newcastle might stay up? No. Still a long way to go, but 3 wins will keep us up. If we win 3 more games, we'll do it. But
he went to Nice, played 34 times and scored 17 goals. So a goal every other game.
Wow.
Then he went to Paris Saint-Germain, played 23 times, didn't score a goal, but I reckon he sat on the bench most of the time.
Yeah, he did.
And then he went to Rennes and played 26 times and scored 7 goals. So
yeah,
still playing now, surprisingly.
He still plays now.
He's a Bordeaux, I think.
Yeah, Bordeaux, yeah.
Bordeaux. So, yeah, I think he's still got it. He seems to be enjoying his football wherever he goes. And I hope he could have done it for me. He could have done a lot more. He could have done a lot more. You know what I mean? But he's got floor talent. He's skillful and he scores some crack goals, makes things happen. But for me, it's his attitude. And Chris Hughton could have made it happen, sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, if that's okay, because we've been on for an hour and a half here now, sort of thing. So,
yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up, Paul.
Yeah, just do a couple more comments quickly. You got Jordan here. Ben Arthur could have been the next.
Go for it.
Yeah, Ben Arthur could have been the next man. I wouldn't go as far.
I wouldn't go that far.
But they call him like the French Messi, maybe, but not as good as Messi. But for him, I think he would have been dynamite, But if he had stayed in Newcastle, I think Chris Hughton would have done out with him. But he didn't get that chance because Ashley sacked him anyway. But it is what it is. You come on the Horseman show tomorrow, Bazza?
I'm not. I'm at work. I'm on night shift.
Of course, because Carl's taken over, and he apparently, I believe,
7 till 7.
Oh, got it for you, man. But and I'll go to your the championship show this week. And is that right? I believe it's Tuesday. What time? What time are we doing it?
What time do you want to do it, John?
I think I say I'll go 7 because 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, yep, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm happy with 7. I'm happy with 7 o'clock. So I'll go for this. I'll go for the leagues, the top scorer sort of thing. I'll learn for that. We go for the teams. Who's gonna come up as things stands? Who's gonna be in the bottom 3? Who's gonna get relegated? And who's been a manager the season so far? I think it's only one answer to that. And
I'll expect my fee in the post for having Annie on your show.
Yay! And a big one on that. Under 16 sort of things, cheaper under 16s. Over that, you got to pay the full fee, but he's 13. But I've got Barnsley, Ishmael, Manager of the Year in the Championship. Well, that's a good choice.
Probably, yeah.
He plays good football, doesn't he?
It's so frantic, Barnsley. It's just like everything's at you, just 100 miles per hour every single second. Wonder they might tire, but they've not won in their past 2 games. But hopefully for Barnsley's sake, because this is an incredible story, they do well.
Yeah, if they keep their manager sort of thing, then I think it'd be absolutely. I wouldn't mind taking them at Newcastle if they get relegated. I wouldn't mind taking them with that. But here, because I think is he on a long-term contract?
I think so. Yeah.
He's on a 4-year deal. So is he on a 4-year deal?
I think he's on a 3.5-year deal. But I'm not too sure about that. I have to double check with my Barnsley friends. But yeah.
I think they tie him down to a longer contract because I think they love. Does he play the way like Bielsa play?
I think it's a little bit less frantic than Bielsa, but yeah, definitely because in possession they're a little bit less at you. They're a bit more possession based, but they really do press a lot. But yeah, it's pretty much based on Bielsa, but a lot more passing in there.
Wow. We'll look out for Barnsley next season if this manager's still there. I hope we don't get a championship though. But if Bruce does score, I'd take him a chance. I mean, you could surprise us. So, what's your thoughts on Callum Stowes? I don't know.
Yeah, good player. Plays left wing back for Barnsley in the three at the back system. He's got a lot of goals this season. He's kept clean sheets. He's got a high work rate, which helps Barnsley, and he's genuinely one of the best players I've seen play because he's just he's so quick to come back defensively. He's genuinely a gem in the Championship. Any team that picks him up gives him 1 or 2 years to grow in the Premier League and adapt. Real gem, because you're not gonna pay Barnsley tens of millions of pounds for him. You're going to pay a maximum of, say, 6 or 7 million. You'll have an absolute gem for the future.
Wow. There you go. We check out for Callum Stowes there. You know what I mean? We're just going to buy the best players in the Championship. We do get relegated. I hope not, but let's hope we get the best.
That's what Sheffield United are doing at the moment.
Buying the best of the best in the Championship. I can't blame them because they want to make damn sure they will go up next season, if you know what I mean. But wow, got 2 Premier League games tomorrow. Everton and Palace is one of them, and I think it's Wolves against West Ham.
Yeah, it's Wolves West Ham. Wolves West Ham and Palace.
Yeah. And he's on Manquillo. Barnsley, 24 majority of last season's now 5. So I don't know what that means. 24 majority, 24, that means 5. I've got a great show tonight, John. Thank you very much indeed. Emerald Craft. And Corley Woodrow is Premiership class.
Calm down. Corley Woodrow is not the best player in the world. He's ex-Bristol City, but he's not Premier League class yet. He's good, but he's not Premier League class yet.
And he plays for Barnsley?
Yeah, he plays for Barnsley, yes.
Wow. Scoring goals as well this season. I think he'd do well for us. We're going to wrap this up, guys, because we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. And if you do like our channel, we're going to ask Andrew first. Where do you find your channel, mate?
AH Robbins Talk, Bristol City content. And yeah, just match previews, match reviews, trying to hit 50 subscribers, and also planning on doing some live shows as well. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you're going to be the breakout kid on the YouTube chat sort of thing. You just keep going, mate. And if you get some more trust, please follow, subscribe to this guy. He's going to be absolutely amazing, and the guy's just awesome, absolute class. So for the mistakes I made, John, you better be. Does Annie have a channel? You just mentioned it there, and if you go on his tweet as well, get him followed, and then he'll just send you the where to go. And Bazza, where do you find you on your channel, mate?
Bazza T's NUFC, and I've got Annie on my channel. I've signed him. I announced it last night. I was well happy with myself.
I tell you what,
Long-term
it is.
I've missed out.
Long-term contract. It's a 5-year deal.
I've missed out on him then. Flirt there. But I've got him on Tuesday anyway, so I'm going to buy him on Raw on Tuesday.
Yeah. I've had obviously Annie's been on a couple of my shows and that, and I thought, you know what it is? Get ready for life in the championship. And this kid knows his stuff. So if you want to know everything about the championship, sign up to his channel, but also keep an eye out for my channel because we will be doing a lot of stuff together very soon.
Fantastic stuff.
And then what I'll do is that, you know, if he is good and he gets loads of views, I'm going to make sure he signs a proper contract where I get a cut.
In your back pocket, baby. In your back pocket.
Exactly.
Time. Oh, no, don't say that. No one else. You know, it goes like that stuff. I know you go on the AFTV. On the AFTV channels, right? All the fans see and take your time with it, right? Oh, that's funny, that. So that's class, that. But there you go. Listen, guys, and you can find us as well. You can find us on John Sinclair. Also follow us. It's been scrolling all the time. If you go to socials as well, Facebook at John Sinclair. Also, Twitter, John and Swen, the FC42. And if you go on, actually, I should have put on Insta as well. Insta's John Sinclair 50 as well. So it's all along the bottom there. We'll have it on thing. Just one quick one. Swansea's falling apart.
Yes, they are definitely falling apart.
Yeah, and I believe Grimes is better than he. So,
probably. He's a very good player. He's a very good player.
But he's not as good as him.
Not that good. Not that good. Listen, guys.
Probably is.
Annie, don't argue. I'm your boss.
Fine.
No, talk about Grimes.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he's better passing, but he's very inconsistent, like Swansea. Yeah, if he needs two midfielders alongside him to really support him and really play well. But he on his day he's a really good player.
Yeah. We'll watch out for him as well. We're definitely going to talk about the championship on Tuesday. And great streams. Thanks very much. Have a good night, everyone, and happy Easter and stay safe. Thanks, Thomas. To you as well. And yeah, so guys, I'll let you crack on there. And thanks so much for joining us. And I shall see you in the week's time, Baz. And I'm going to see Anna on Tuesday around 7 o'clock for championship talk. And thanks for joining us. Have a great evening. And if you like our channels, do smash the like, subscribe if you're new. I'm 3 more away from 600. And I'm going to get out there and have a great evening. Thanks so much for coming on NUFC full time. And have a great evening. Catch you later.